Hello guys, welcome to my SketchUp Getting Started tutorials, and today I want to tell you about shortcuts in SketchUp. Let's get started. So, the very convenient thing in SketchUp shortcuts is that they are already pre-installed for almost all the most frequently used tools in SketchUp, and they are really very easy to remember because generally it's just the first letter in the name of the tool. So if you don't know the shortcut of some tool, you can just hold on the tool icon and can guess that its shortcut can be the first letter. For example, for the line instrument it's just the letter L. So we press letter L on keyboard and we activate this tool and we can draw something. If we want, for example, to draw a rectangle, we just press letter R because this is the first letter in the name of the tool, and we can draw the rectangle. If we want to bring some volume to this object and want to push-pull it, we just press letter P and we can do it. If we want to erase something with the eraser, we just press letter E, and here we go, we activate this tool. If we want to measure something with the tape tool, this one, we just press letter T, and now, for example, we can measure this box. If we want to move this box, we just select it and then press letter M and activate the moving tool, and we can move it. The select tool is the space on keyboard, so if we want to select something, we press space. With the scale, it's the same thing. We just press letter S and we can scale it. But with the rotate tool, it's not everything so easy because letter R is just already occupied with the rectangle. But this item seems very similar to the Q letter on keyboard. So traditionally the shortcut for this tool is a Q. So we can press Q and we can rotate it. Another frequently used command is creating of the component, and it's a letter G. So we select the geometry, press G, and we can create a component. So as you see, the shortcuts in SketchUp are very easy and you can remember them in a very few time. But if you want to see what another shortcuts are installed in SketchUp, you just can go to View, Preferences, and Shortcuts. This menu can help you to see what shortcuts are pre-installed and also to install some new ones. For example, we need to create not a component but a group. And we need both commands. They are both used very often. And for me, for example, it is convenient to make a shortcut for the creating a group, Ctrl G. So G for component and Ctrl G for group. So I just write here group, and here we see the necessary command, make group, and we press here and we press the shortcuts which we want to use. I press Ctrl G and press plus, and now we have assigned these shortcuts, and press OK to see the effect. So I select the geometry, press Ctrl G, and I have a group. So this is a group and not a component. Well, I also would like to share you some another shortcuts which I usually install into SketchUp. For example, I like to use these commands in shortcuts. I don't like to use these buttons to see the top view, front view, and so on. I like to make it on shortcuts. So let's try to do it. We go again to Window, Preferences, and right here, for example, Top. And here it is, Camera Standard Views and Top. For these commands, I usually use Shift and the first letter of the name. So for a top view, I use Shift-T. For example, for the right, I use Shift-R because R is occupied by rectangle. And for the left, I use Shift-L. And for the back, I use Shift-B. So we have installed them, press OK, and I haven't mentioned that we usually need to switch off and on the perspective view. And for this, I use generally I use shortcut. For the perspective, I use Shift-P. Okay, so now we have perspective, and I press Shift-P, and I don't have perspective anymore. And now I can press Shift-T to see the top view, Shift-F. Oh, sorry, I have forgotten to install Shift-F. So we go again to Preferences and Front. Here I install Shift-F. Let me check. Right. Oh, yes, I have installed. Okay. So if I press Shift-F, I see the front view, Shift-T, top view, Shift-R, right view. It's mentioned here, and Shift-L for the left view. It's very convenient to work, for example, with facades and so on. And if I want to go to perspective, I just press Shift-P. Here we go. So I think that this is all the basic information about shortcuts in SketchUp. And please like and subscribe, and please write in the comments if you want me to make some specific lessons on some specific issues in SketchUp. Bye bye and see you soon!